But I want to start at this table with a conversation. Jalen, you've been someone who's been at the forefront of change. I mean, you've warmed up without a college logo on. You've made stances on your own. I just want to hear your initial reaction to finding out that the Bucks were not going to play.
So I was born into the NBA family, and it made me extremely proud that my brothers didn't actually shut up or dribble. And over the last maybe 3 or 4 months, our country during our pandemic has forced everybody to kind of slow down and reassess everything that's happening. And power and strength is in numbers. And as much as I'm enthusiastic about changes that has happened in our country, I understand that 74% of the players in the NBA are black. 80+% of the WNBA players are black. That's your power. And I appreciate the fact that they're executing on that power. And I appreciate that they're demanding change. I anticipate that it's going to be change. And based on their leadership, now you see so many other sports canceling games, creating awareness. Because I can't front. It did get stale. We stopped talking about social injustices. We started talking about Luka going off. We started talking about who was going to win the championship. And this happened right near Milwaukee. And I know it always can't be a united front. And for everybody out there reporting, we don't act in a monolith, okay? Stephen A may be eye for an eye. I may be turn the other cheek. But at the same time, we wake up and we brothers and we united and we want the same thing. And you know what? We're not going to settle. Like, there was a time in this country, correct me, Michael Wilbon, because I think you and Stephen A are the only two people that are older than me, when we crossed the street when we saw white folks. That ain't the time no more, okay? So we got to this country, we entertained, okay? We were the labor, but you know what we did? We got rich, and we moved to the suburbs, and we got famous, and now we got voices. And in the NBA, WNBA, and so many places, that voice is now being heard, and I was extremely proud. Power to the people.
I was incredibly proud of the players taking their position, but I'm not going to sit here in front and act like I wasn't worried. I was proud of them because I thought it was the right thing to do. It was the right message to send, considering the fact that it happened so close to Milwaukee. And they had been on the phone with the Attorney General and the Lieutenant Governor, and they weren't satisfied with the kind of reception that they were receiving. As a result, let's understand, as we've gathered more information from the reporting, it wasn't like they made a unilateral decision and then asked other people to join them. The Milwaukee Bucks made the decision. They were planning on forfeiting their game to the Orlando Magic. When the Orlando Magic learned what was going down, and then Houston and OKC, and then the Lakers and Portland, everybody joined in and decided not to have the games last night. And ultimately, you knew that it wasn't going to happen tonight as well. And so in that regard, I became incredibly proud because there is strength in numbers, as Jalen just alluded to. You don't want to come across as fragmented and divided. That was incredibly important. Where the worry kicks in is that I'm old school, like you said. Me and Wilbon are older than you. All right, I'll take it. I think I look good for my age, but it is what it is. Here's the reality of the situation. When we're talking about, when I say worried, I don't know of any black movement that has never involved economic empowerment. And I'm thinking about, other than the United States of America itself, I mean, the NBA is responsible for more black wealth than any entity that I can think of in this country. And so because I was looking at it from that perspective, knowing the rules involving the collective bargaining agreement, knowing if there were no games, you could rip up the collective bargaining agreement, which, by the way, they may still do because of the losses accrued and what they're projecting they're going to accrue. Understanding the billions of dollars that are going to be lost, what are the owners going to do? They're going to look to the players and say, we are partners, right? We partners, right? This is a partnership, right? Well, you know what? We've calculated that we've lost about $4 billion. Could you give us back $2? And so I'm looking at it from that perspective, and I'm saying, wait a minute now. Don't give away that money, because why did you originally come to the bubble? We know they love to play. We know they're passionate about the game and doing what they do exceptionally well. But we also knew that they were compelled, because if you didn't have those last 8 regular season games and you didn't feed the regional networks, you were going to lose money that way, and then ultimately you were going to lose playoff money. They got to deal with ESPN, ABC. You losing close to $1 billion if there's no NBA finals. So as a result of that, what you going to do? And that's what I'm saying. You got to think about that. And I'm sure they did. I'm not questioning what they were thinking about. I'm just saying, when I first heard the news, I was proud of them, but I was also saying, let's not lose sight of what we can do and what we can utilize those resources for. Oh, by the way, we also don't want to alienate owners and leagues. Not that they should be, but you never know how guys are going to act if they're costed, if they feel they've been cost billions. You've got to be concerned about all of that, and that was my worry.
Can I say two things real quick? And I know we want to get these esteemed gentlemen
Yes.
in. Right now, we can't worry about alienating them. Right now, we can't worry about the money that get lost. That's taxes. America wouldn't be great without black lives, flat out. And so now that we understand that we have an economic power to control not only a narrative, but a league, now you need to be in meetings saying it's only one black president. It's only one black owner. We need to get a Rooney Rule. We need to do all of these changes within our infrastructure. And so based on that, emotionally and psychologically, I felt like they were hurt. I saw Doc. I saw George Hill. And you can't go out and perform at your maximum when you don't feel your best.